All right, everybody, the Iceman here on the Iceman V2013 YouTube channel, the AKA Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel. We have a couple things we want to talk about today, and he's back home in the dungeon of the coldness here in Hartford, Connecticut. And first, we want to talk about a few, 3 or 4 videos back, whenever it was. I was talking about John Cena's career probably ending a lot sooner than a lot of people think. Um, and there are rumors all over the internet now. I saw it on Lords of Pain. It was one of the sites. I believe the other site was PW Insider, and Wrestling Inc. was another one. They were talking about that possibility with John Cena's upcoming movies, The Trainwreck and The Nest. If these movies take off, uh, John Cena is very, very seriously thinking about jumping from his wrestling career to a movie career, just like The Rock did. And there's been a lot of speculation backstage. There's been a lot of jokes, a lot of cracks being made that we'll see John Cena via satellite, bringing it on to the WWE. And, with a lot of that being said, a lot of that's just because of a lot of jealousy in the WWE. Cena is very liked, don't get me wrong, within the ranks of the WWE. There are those that, really wish Cena was gone, just for the simple fact is the WWE relies on him so often to take over when things go wrong, um, and whatnot. And the guy is the biggest merchandise seller for I don't know how long, I don't know how many years it's been. Um, but when an interview with Triple H, they were talking about Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar is the guy because Triple H guarantees that John Cena will walk out of SummerSlam without the WWE World Heavyweight titles. And with that being said, Triple H also said, I don't care if he can sell merchandise, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. For me, this is best for business. Well, we all know Triple H is not the biggest of John Cena fans, just like he wasn't the biggest of CM Punk as a fan. Triple H has his little clique like Batista, Randy Orton, and there's a number of others. Some of those others are no longer with the WWE, and that was not by Triple H's doing. But anyway, to get to the point, uh, with John Cena being beat up and battered, like most wrestlers that have wrestled as long as John Cena has, and if a movie career does take off for John, if the box office does sell, to the point where the movie directors and whatnot think that John Cena can be made into a box office moneymaker, um, John probably will end up leaving the WWE. Now we hear The Miz talking about him and his face being the moneymaker. The Miz was great in Christmas Bounty. The Miz was also good in The Marines 3. I thought that was an excellent movie. But again, The Miz isn't the bigger of the two names in the WWE when it comes down to himself and John Cena. So we'll just have to wait and see what develops there. Um, it is what it is, and whatever happens, happens. And I'm sure a lot of people within the WWE, as far as the superstars in the locker room, a lot will miss John Cena because I know he has helped out a lot of young talent, but there's going to be an awful lot also. They'll be glad to see him gone, just for the simple fact it will give them the opportunity to move on up the ladder if the WWE decides to push them to that limit. So, with that being said, Monday Night Raw's segment with Stephanie McMahon slapping Brie Bella and Brie Bella being taken out of the arena. And then later on, the police come, the detectives come, and you saw them confront Stephanie and eventually take her out by handcuffs. And as we heard Stephanie say, do you know who I am? I own this building. Well, first off, Stephanie, you don't own any building as far as the venues go. You do own the ring. The ring is your property. That's a definite thing. And obviously, the WWE is starting to get back as far as the family being involved, to probably try to boost the ratings. Now, I have no problem with that, um, because when Vince did it, he did it in a way that was like no other person could ever do. When he created his feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin, that brought the roof down. And as a matter of fact, I watched Monday Night Wars with my nephew Matt last night from 2001. It was the show where they simulcast with Nitro about the selling of WCW, and we saw The Rock and Stone Cold team up together to go up against the Undertaker and Kane, and this was a week before WrestleMania. And I mean, if you watch the fans there, they were all babyface fans. And I'll tell you one thing: it didn't matter what The Rock was, whether face or heel, he got the biggest pop of them all. But anyway, the point being, Stephanie is trying to do what Vince has done so well in the past. Try to ignite ratings. Now that Raw is War rating actually did a 6.7. Unbelievable. Now Raw now is hovering around the twos, but in my eyes, uh, Stephanie really doesn't have what it takes to initiate this kind of attention like Vince did. Um, she tries to be like Vince. Um, she's definitely arrogant like Vince McMahon. But see, with Vince McMahon, when he came out, everybody loved him and they loved to hate him. With Stephanie, honestly, most people just don't like her. She's a poor actor when she comes out. She's got that little smirk on her face. And as everybody saw what she did with Brie Bella when Brie Bella was being taken away by security. She's going like this, making fun of her and whatnot. And I mean, I thought the segment was great. I mean, I really did. Um, and maybe the WWE needs more of this. But I really wish, and it's probably never going to happen again, maybe. I really wish it would have been Vince McMahon that was doing the segment and not Stephanie. But, a lot of people would complain about that as well, for the simple fact that we've seen it all before with Vince McMahon, and this is at least something new with Stephanie McMahon, and I do agree with that. I just think Stephanie just doesn't really, she just can't pull it off like Vince McMahon could. Now, where this is all going to lead, I honestly believe that Stephanie and Brie are going to have a match at SummerSlam, and if Brie Bella wins, she gets reinstated to the WWE Divas. And I'm hoping that does happen. I think Brie and Nikki together make a great duo. And obviously, the WWE is doing this for some reason. They're not doing it for, nothing at all. There's always a purpose behind what the WWE does. So we'll just have to wait and see there. So, but anyway, a lot of people were hating on that segment. I just, in my opinion, and it's probably because I personally do not like Stephanie McMahon. I would have rather seen Vince out there, or even Shane McMahon for that matter. But it was a very good segment, and they played it out, I mean, so well. They did a great job in playing it out. And actually, I'm looking forward to more to come, because I'm sure this is not the end of it all. And we're going to see confrontations with Brie, Nikki, and Stephanie just be prior to SummerSlam, so we'll wait and see what happens. So, there it is, guys. This is my video for today. I just got back home. I was gone for a couple days. Again, John Cena possibly moving on from his wrestling career. And again, Triple H really wanting Cena out of the WWA World Heavyweight title picture. And he's going to get his way probably. But the funny part about this is, I'm going to say this in closing, Triple H thinks Heyman and Lesnar are going to really be in with the Authority. If Lesnar wins that belt, I'll guarantee you they turn against the Authority, because Lesnar and Heyman are always on their own. Peace out, everybody. Have yourself a great Wednesday. We'll see y'all next time. Check out the Iceman's Wrestling Extreme page on Facebook. Also, check out Wrestling News Talk on Facebook with Andre Corbeil. And again, we'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.